Hello FlossTube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you finished projects, the projects I'm working on, like in progress, and what I want to finish, like the finish of the month, as I used to say, from my 1-year project. And I won't have any new projects. Yes, I worked on myself like very nicely, not to start a new project, even a small one, because I think about like finishing and working on the ones I have so that they will be finished faster, something like this. Okay, and let me start with a new project, which is Thoughts of Home by Shepherd's Bush. So this is when you buy the chart separately, you buy such a button separately, and you can finish like this. Oh yes, I forgot. And you can buy also the Jill Ransel mat, as I did. So this is how my design looks like, stitched and like framed, finished. Honestly, I am shocked of how nice this one looks like. I didn't expect such a nice result. Okay, I admit that I tried to look for the frame in the same color and more or less the same width. You see, not very thin, not very wide here. I think I managed to do this thing, and I like it enormously. The design itself is being stitched very quickly, because especially for those who previously stitched Shepherd's Bush, this is going to be even quicker. I spent, how do I say, starting with noon until late evening, and I finished everything, I mean, like, yeah. So I would say this design requested more money than work, something like this, so it works. For those stitchers who don't like stitching a project for months, years, this is the best thing to have a finished result. And like, I stitched it, I framed it, and when it was already framed, I put it on a shelf and was looking at it. I said that, you know, the mats, the Jill Ransel mats, I consider them being expensive, at least, but I didn't know if they worth their money. I mean, you see what I mean? And when I had this one, I framed it in the design they asked for. It works. So yes, they're expensive, but they are unique. So if you are framing the certain design with the recommended mat, you're going to have a nice, very nice result. So I was very, very pleased with what I have in my hands. So far, I won't buy any Jill Ransel mats. I think at least that I won't buy. So far, I said, not ever again. But in future, I will take into consideration this thing. Very nice. Very, very nice. I chose to stitch in Wix Dye Works. Even if it's not a lot of stitch and you don't need a lot of thread. So if you have Wix Dye Works in your stash, probably you won't need to buy any. I had in stash just two, I mean like this one, so I used a little and I still have leftovers. I decided to buy them because many of the Wix Dye Works threads which I used here are the usual ones which I use in a lot of Shepherd's Bush designs. That's why I said that they're going to be useful in future. But if you don't have the Wix Dye Works and you don't want to buy them, it's perfect, nice to stitch in DMC. The only thing I would still recommend is to buy this green threads, Coopernon, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, because this one you'll need a lot. This one goes here, you see, in the grass on the hill, the leaves, so quite a lot, you see. So this one, it worth buying if you want to see the variegation. The chart says to stitch in one thread, as usually Shepherd's Bush asks in their keys in the instructions. I stitched in 2 threads because I wanted to be like how they say, more colorful, nicer, or something like this. That's why I stitched in 2 threads. I don't regret. I like it a lot. And this backstitch, the words family, safe, love, and joy, they are being stitched, of course, in 1 thread, but I stitched them in 2 because I wanted, again, these words to be seen better. The other backstitch, which I had to do according to the key, I did it in 1 thread, not in 2. This was the only backstitch I did in 2 threads. And I'm very, very happy about the things I made. Yeah, nice. Really, really nice. Next, what I wanted to show you, this is Blackbird design, loose feathers. And here I cannot say that I finished the project, but I finished the part of the project which was planned for summer. I mean, I finished stitching the summer part. And I even continued stitching the border. Yeah. So comparing to what you saw last time, I finished the upper part of the summer part. I mean, like, I had to finish the bird. I made 1 more strawberry, the large flower, some leaves, some elements, these things. It's being stitched very easily, very nicely. It's like you don't have to concentrate on certain things. Very, very nice. I'm very thrilled about everything, you know. And finished this one and decided still to try to stitch the border as much as I will have the patience and the threads. And this is what I have. So actually I continued with these 2 and made this one so that I would connect them and make sure that everything goes okay, because this the rose buds or whatever buds they are and the green leaves, they go like this. And I made this one. And by the way, you know, the interesting thing is that I remember telling you that in this one all this okay, let me call them rose buds because I consider them rose buds. Here they are with 1 thread, and only one, this one, should have been stitched with this thread. See, I didn't want to. I wanted all of them to be the same color, so I didn't do this. And when I already started doing this ones on this side, apparently this one on the top, it should have been stitched with this color of the letters. You see, the dark red. Again, I didn't do it because I wanted all of them to be the same color. The same color. I can tell you which color is it. Color. Wild berries. This one. So yeah, this is the only change I've made so far, and I'm happy with it. This is what I wanted. And I stitched this element as well, so that I will have delimitations where to stitch the autumn and where to stitch the winter. Then continued with the alphabet. So stitched until the Manor Red from Classic Colorwork finished. Yes, I was very close. Where is it? Let me show you. Here. I was very close. You see, I had letter R and I would have finished it, because here I finished the alphabet. Here I finished it. So letter R and the alphabet is finished. But I don't have Manor Red and I haven't ordered it yet because apparently I don't need anything and didn't want to make the order just for 1 thread. Yeah, strange for me, who is, how do I say, cross-stitch shopaholic, but it seems that I didn't need, like, for the immediate projects, I didn't need anything, and I decided like to leave it for later, because for sure I will need, like, when autumn will come, I will start new projects, autumn projects, and I will need some things to buy for them as well. So I decided that this one is going to be ordered later. Yeah. And yeah, by the way, when I was stitching the letters, I was looking like here underneath, and I came across an interesting thing. So I finished letter R. I have all the alphabet. The only thing which I have to stitch with this dark red color, which is called Manor Red from Classic Colorworks, is half a flower here, the ear here, this flower, and the initials, or how it's called. And I was thinking, okay, what to write here, and the year 2023, because I hope very much that I'm going to finish this design in 2023. And I was like thinking, okay, to write the letter here, I can take from the alphabet, because I have the alphabet here. But about the year, they probably provided a separate chart where with the numbers, where I can take the numbers I need. And very strangely, that in the free booklets, I didn't find the alphabet with the numbers. Apparently, this design was released. Where is it? Because there is somewhere. Yeah, here. Apparently, this design was released in 2018. You see, because it says that part 2 is going to be available in September 2011 and this one in November 2011. And I suppose because they didn't give the chart with the other numbers, they suppose that we should write 211 because of the, like, how they say, the year the sampler was created. So this is the thing I don't understand. Okay, it's not a problem because 2023, it means that I have a 2, yeah? If it was 2022, it would have been the best outcome. But I have to think how to make 3. Because I don't want to write to 2011. I don't have anything connecting this sampler with this year. So I'll have to figure out how to make number 3, I mean, like the same style as here. Yeah, so far this is the only thing I don't understand. And the threads, when I finished like stitching this one, so already said that Manor Red finished, and I was thinking, okay, from all these threads, probably some of them are going out of like, how they say, out of picture for the autumn, because maybe I will use them for winter, but they are not going to be used for autumn. And I was very surprised that actually kind of 3, I think, yeah, only 3 threads, color of threads were going out. A lot of threads are used in autumn, which was not strange, interesting, I would say, because it's not strange, of course. We are stitching with threads, so it's okay to have a lot of them. And yeah, I'm going to put this one away, and it's going to wait for autumn, and in autumn I will continue stitching it like the autumn part. It's going to be quicker, I think, because I don't have to stitch this part, I don't have to stitch this part. Okay, I need a little bit here, but most probably the latter thing I'm going to finish when the winter part is going to be finished, most probably. This one is nice, 2 birds, a house, pumpkins, colors are super great. Nice, nice, nice. I'm not sure if all the colors, I already said probably all of the threads are going to be enough, but in this case, for this project, I decided to do the following thing. I am going to order threads when they are going to finish, as for example, it happened with the red one. You know, I'm going to stitch, stitch, stitch. If it's enough, okay. If not, I'm going to order. So not order in advance, fearing that they are going to finish. Don't know why I decided such a thing, but this is how I am going to do it. So yes, not a finished design, but the part which I planned for summer is finished. And the next project I want to show you, this is Le Jardin sampler from Sandy Orton. I hoped very much that this time you will see the finished project, but no, unfortunately not. I have some things to do, not a lot of them, but some things I still have to do. That's why I'm showing it to you, and I'm telling what huge work I've done so far. So the last time you saw it, actually it was finished, I mean, like filled in the first, the upper half of the design. Yes, I was like doing everything. And the strange thing is that this one was stitched very quickly. Okay, except this back stitch, which took a little bit more than I expected, but the rest of it was stitched very quickly, very. And I was thinking that the rest of it, the second half, is going to be stitched quickly as well, but no, unfortunately not. The thing is, and I had this outline this already made, you know, like I had to fill in the elements of the areas, yes. Okay, what I have done so far and what I still have to do. So if you can see here, I've done the oh, come on, of these roses. I've done the vines, I've done the back stitch, the thorns are made with cranic, and as the instruction says, with back stitch I made I back stitched the roses and the leaves, you see, because I have to take threads and like I have to fill them in the most scaring part of the design of this project is still in front of me. And then when finishing this, like filling in the leaves and filling in the roses with the necessary colors, I have to use the cranic and make it here with the cranic. Then next what I have done, this is Le Jardin and these things, and also it needs a little bit of cranic here to be added. And then this part which requested quite a lot of work, I would say, because here everything is stitched 1/1. It's not a difficult, how they say, pattern, because the cross stitches, they are coming like in groups, they are together, they are logical. It's like not something complicated, but still it's 1/1, and it's a lot. It's almost 3,000, it's 2,700 and something cross stitches, like petite ones. Yeah. And in comparison with Lily Sampler, which I stitched last year, so that one I stitched quickly. I stitched it in 3 days, if I'm not wrong. Don't remember exactly. This one, when I started, and that one was larger. I remember that there were 3,000 and something stitches, like here. I mean, like it was larger in stitches. So when I started this one, according to the results I got in 1 day, I said, if I'm going to do the same thing the next days, in 3 days, I'm going to finish it. So it was like 3 days work. But now I worked kind of a week, but not only this part. You see, like I was stitching, because I was stitching, just took a color, stitched the color, took the second color, stitched the second color, because you can make in layers the thing. So I was stitching kind of a color here, then like stitching the stems of the carnations, what else, different things, you know, like that's why I wasn't like stitching only this one and nothing else. I worked on the other elements as well. So finished this one. There is backstitch here, 5 colors of backstitch, and in center comes also the gold one, and then finished this pattern here, kind of. The carnations, by the way, they are also stitched with this tapestry stitch, or how it's called. So what I have done here, I have to do kind of here, but okay, fill in the section. And here, by the way, I also had this back stitch, like this one, and like stitching the colors, I covered it. This one, how to show them to you so that you would see clear. This one was the first one, and it's not like so good, and this was the second one, and I think this one is better. But when finishing this one, I thought about like ripping off this one and doing it again, and said no, I'm not ready for that. And then finished like with the green leaves, which I had to do here. In such a way, the work which is left to be done here is to fill in the roses, to fill in the leaves, with the cranic to do the couching, you know, like here everywhere and here a little bit. Also, I have to do like here couching, and I have to do the tassels, these tassels, like 3 I have to do. And of course, attach the paillettes, and that's it, yeah, the paillettes, because some of them come attached with beads, some of them without beads. This, if to like take it really, this is 1 day, 1 stitching day work. I could like do my best or overcome myself and do it and show it to you already, but the honest thing is that when I finished this part, I wanted a little bit to stitch something else, because I kind of was, how they say, tired of this design, and I told many times, and I'm repeating, that I'm not stitching something just for the sake of stitching and finishing it, you know. For me it's like I need to have this joy of stitching this certain project, because until the end I'm doing it for my personal joy, not because I need to like frame them, decorate somewhere, or I have a plan that I need to finish it, and so what, I'll finish it and so what, so nothing. But for me it's the joy of stitching. So if I didn't feel that I have the joy of like stitch it, I didn't do it, I stitched something else. And I will find a day when I'll wake up in the morning and I'll say today is the day to finish the Le Jardin sampler, and I'm going to do the work. I hope very much that this is going to be until the end of summer, because this is what I planned for myself. But who knows? The only thing I can promise you is that probably the next time you are going to see this design in front of you, no, not probably, that the next time when you are going to see this design in front of you, this one is going to be ready. But when this is going to be, I cannot promise. I can promise that it's going to be ready, but I don't know when this is going to happen. So yes, to be continued. This sampler is not ready yet. And the next project I started and I'm working on, this is Gratitude Sampler by Shepherd's Bush. This is how it looks like. Yes, I started from the center of the design. Usually this is my method of doing it when I have a kit with the fabric inside, like this one. The best way of like finding, how to say, placing the stitching evenly, this is finding the center. So I found like the center of the design, it was like here, kind of. And I decided, okay, it's here, I'm going to start here. So that's why I am in the middle. So what I have stitched so far, this is the puff, this one. Yes, I made the outlines. Yes, this is something I used to do when I stitch Shepherd's Bush, and I can do this because they have to be filled in after. And for me, it's much easier if I know from the very beginning that I'm doing them correctly. And yes, I used to do this. And I made the shepherd here, I stitched already. I have some trees here, some flowers, and I have sheep. I don't know if you can see them, but the cream color, there are sheep without like faces and legs and tails. Yeah, I have to use the darker color to finish them. I'm stitching in one thread because I said in the beginning that I'm thinking maybe to stitch it in 2 threads, things like this. No, I decided that it doesn't worth it because the kit by itself, it's pretty expensive, you know. And yes, I have some of the threads because here it's one DMC and the rest of them are silks. And I said, okay, I have some silks in my stash, but I don't have all of them, so that I would buy more and stitch in 2 threads. And buying more, this means spending money on the silks. This means finding them because not all of them are in stock. This means waiting for them until they come to you. And this is going to be too much of trouble. And I decided, no, I'm going to start to stitch it in like 1 thread. I'm going to stitch it in 1 thread. Started stitching it like 1 thread, and I am very, very happy about the result and what I have, you know. Pretty nice. So for me, this is the right decision. Don't regret a bit. Yeah, I was thinking, but I'm okay with it. So it's going to be in 1 thread, as the key says, and now I hope that the ones which I included here, they are going to be enough to stitch the design. But of course, I'll tell you meanwhile. And I want this design to become like the main project, if I can say so. Yes, okay, first I would like to finish the Le Jardin by Sandy Orton. Of course, I want to finish that one. But this one, I would like to make it like kind of a main project because I know now I have the feeling that I want to stitch this one. So my feeling goes with this one, you see. That's why I'm going to try stitching this one, and we'll see how much I'll manage to stitch. And let me show you one more work in progress. Yes. You see such a nice bee where how do I say? I assist. I'm not stitching the whole project by myself. Okay, the story is that my son, he's 6, and he's very interested by the cross stitch I'm doing. So very often, like, he comes next to me, he asks what I'm cross stitching, he asks to see what I've stitched, asks the preview to see what the final result is going to be. He uses to make stories about, for example, when I was stitching Secret Santa, about the cookies, the milk, the everything. So it's nice, really nice. And like a couple of times he asked me, can I stitch like what you are stitching? And both times it was something complicated, and it's on linen, he wouldn't have so I already understood that it doesn't have any sense, but I knew that there are kits for children, cross-stitch kits for children, and I said that I'm going to look something for your age when I find it. And when looking for these kits are very cheap, but this one is 150. When I was looking for kits like this, because I previously purchased him like a painting, a bird house, for example, we have in the garden. What else? A wind chime, things like this. And in these kits you have everything. They're not expensive, you have everything. The child is doing the thing, and like you don't have to buy anything extra, you don't have to keep anything, you like throw it away after. And I was looking for kits like this for him because he's very much into, I would say, art and creativity. Why do I say art? Because it's not a real thing, it's what children like, but he likes very much cutting from paper, but like drawing, cutting, gluing, a lot of things like this. And I was buying him things like to do for his craft, like to do some craft, and I saw it and I said, wow, this is so nice, and I purchased it, and now we are stitching it. Yes. So what do we have? We have here the chart. So it's such a bee, and we have a lot of work already done. So it's plastic Aida, well, I don't know how to call it. And these are the threads, really nice. We have even a needle threader. You don't imagine how proud I was when he said, Mommy, what is this? And I said, it's a needle threader. This is called a needle threader, and this is a plastic needle. Not in very good shape because we are finishing the work already. And I taught him how to thread the needle. Yes, he knows how to do it. But here he doesn't stitch by himself because he cannot do it properly. We tried, but he cannot do it properly. But he wants to do it. So the black outlines, I made them all. I mean, like, where is it? These ones, because I tried to make them with him, but he didn't understand how to make it like two cross stitches here, one here, one here. And I said, okay, I'm going to make the black outlines, and now he's just filling in. Like we filled in the wings with white, we filled in the body with yellow, and the thing we are left to do with this blue, we have to fill in the background. And when finishing, by the way, I'm thinking about looking for a small frame, and to keep this one as like to have it as his first cross-stitched work. I'm not sure if he's going to cross-stitch ever again, but anyway, for me as a mommy who is cross-stitching, this is very, very nice. So I'm not cross-stitching just, you know, Shepherd's Bush, Sandy Orton. I have this kind of serious projects as well, the nicest ones. And this would be pretty much the plans I have now. So I said that I want to nothing new. No new project, yes, no like small, big project, nothing new. I want to finish Le Jardin by Sandy Orton because that one is the nearest to be finished. Stitch this one now because I feel like stitching it, and maybe combining with Fallen Roses by Lavender and Lace, because yeah, here I haven't stitched anything from the last time I showed you, it's just what you saw. But here, when you stitch with this blue thread, I understand that you cannot stitch just this one because you are getting tired, and the stitching with the same color, of course, it's boring and tiring. That's why I thought that probably after finishing again Sandy Orton, I would concentrate on these two, like stitching them parallelly, but more like this one, because I feel that this one can be finished quicker than this one, because still this one is larger and it will need more time to be finished. And the last thing I want to talk about, this is the finishing of the month. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, every month I'm trying to finish a design which was stitched previously, I mean in previous years, and I've tried and I have done it so far. That's why this is going to be the finish of August, the month of August. And for this one I chose such a design. This is Just Nan. Stitched it from scratch, as I used to say, because I didn't have the original embellishment pack, didn't have the original kit, just had the chart and kit. The embellishment pack, this is the most important thing here. So this one is stitched according to the key, but the mermaid and the seahorses, they are from Susan Clark's originals. What else? Here I had to use another, so normally there should be another Swarovski elements. I chose big quantities after, like later, I understood that it would have been better to choose the same color, but the size should be like 2 millimeters, okay, mostly 3, but I chose like the 4 millimeters. But nevertheless, I adore this design. I like it very, very much. A lot of time I didn't know how to finish it, that's why it's still unfinished in my case. But lately, as I finished quite a few designs in square frames, I liked how they look like, and I purchased such a frame. Yes, it's the same model of frame I used for the Pearl Orchid by Jardin. I like how it looks like, so I purchased one, and I'm going to try to finish this one into this frame. And probably in a few seconds, you'll see how this looks like. I mean, like this one framed here. And this is how the finished design looks like. Yes, I wanted a very white frame because this very white comes with the very white which is in the design, and I thought that it's going to look nice. At least I like how it looks like. I am happy. And yes, I have one more finished design which was stitched previously. And this is pretty much everything I wanted to show you in today's video. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope you liked the videos, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.